over again. Hello, everybody. This is Elisha Keating from wisdomseekers.net. And today we're here with Nicola, who's demonstrating her biofield, and Spirit Feather is going to help us. And Spirit Feather is, as you know, one of our readers. So probably, hey, Nicola. So take it away, Nicola. I know you've got some really exciting things to talk about today.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome, Spirit Feather. Thank you, Elisha. Today, it's going to be an experiment because what I was getting after I did Spirit Feather's last biofield in meditation and all my questioning and all my curiosity, I started to realize that when I do the biofields, I bring in spiritual energy, and this energy is in waves, and it comes from a field that's prior to creation, and it's new information that is organized in a way that's perfect for the recipient by their higher selves. That's the baseline of it. But what I was also getting was about how we are as physical beings, that we have physical issues, and that with these new energies that are coming into the planet from spirit, not from me, but from spirit, whether I'm doing a biofield or not. I mean, it's coming in pretty strong for a lot of people. And I think even Elisha has pictures of some of it in her garage. So it's really coming in. The 5D information and energy is here. And a lot of us who are trying to acclimate our physical structures to this new energy, whether it's in everyday kind of occurrences or in the biofield, it is sometimes a challenge for our bodies to acclimate to it, because we are going to a higher frequency. Now, one of the things I learned very early on in my very early spiritual teachings was that the plant nation, or the standing people, or the whole plant biosphere that's on this planet is here to assist us as well. And they are generally a higher vibration than the animal bodies that are on this planet. So that got me very interested in plants, and as even in the Bible, it talks about the plants and medicine. And most pharmaceutical companies got their start with plants. A nice example of that is heart medicine is based on a plant extract from the digitalis plant. So what I was mostly interested in the early 90s, and I became a certified aromatherapist and reflexologist, and I kind of forgot that for a while, and now I'm back to it. And so what I want to do tonight is to, I intuitively pick these particular oils for Spirit Feather, whether she has any symptoms or anything I didn't know for sure, but I went ahead and picked these. And even after I picked it, I found out that she and her son are having headaches. So these are very good for headaches. So number one is Deep Blue. This is from doTERRA. This is a blend of essential oils, because blue tansy is the main blue ingredient here for soothing and healing and relaxing and so forth. And there's a couple other things in here as well. And but I needed to take it and put it on my body to get it truly into my physical state, so that when I do this, that actually goes intentionally into the spirit realm, the energetic realm of, or the biofield, or the field that's covering this planet. So it may come in to Spirit Feather with my intentions, may not, but I'm pretty sure it will, because I think she's quite receptive to it. Also lavender. Lavender is very relaxing medicinal healing plant, and it has a very lovely scent to it. I've already smeared it, put it all over my hands. I love it. It's very relaxing. It's relaxing to me as well. It's this particular lavender is more on the lines of the French lavender with very little camphoraceous notes. It's got more florality, so it has more floral, and I always associate florals with the opening of the heart chakra. And,
That's beautiful.
and then lemon. Lemon is a very good, it's high in vitamin C, good for the immune system, excellent detoxing. And this is actually edible. I mean, I could put this in my tea, that tea with lemon. I can actually put this in there for a detox. And it's high purity. This particular brand, I'm very happy with the purity of these oils. And then lastly, peppermint. And that's also, even though it's a stimulant, it's also very good for digestion. And a lot of the energetically, we are processing or digesting and our DNA is actually being altered with these new energies. And I think the peppermint seems to be a very nice combination of what we call chemotypes for the body to be acclimating and to be able to assimilate all these new energies. And even though these are have been used in the past for the body, it's also, to me, helping the spirit come more fully embodied in us. That's my theory. That's my sense. No one has to agree with it, but it is an experiment. I would just love to see how it affects Spirit Feather and also everybody that I'm going to be working on tonight.
So Maddie wants to know what brand of oils you're using.
These are doTERRA's.
Okay. And sorry, I can't spell that, so I won't.
Let's see, can you see, does it, let's see.
Can you see it, Spirit?
No, I'm having a hard time.
Okay, pull it back just a bit and twist it away.
We could take a picture of it and send it out to Maddie later.
Sure. It's
Yeah.
a D-O Terra, T-E-R-R-A,
Put it
doTERRA.
on Wisdom Seekers too.
Yeah, we can put it on Wisdom Seekers a little later.
Yeah, and so, like I say, I'm a certified aromatherapist. I was certified by the Heal Center, Ross Dollinger, who was one of the first students of the father of aromatherapy, which is Robert Tisserand. So I come from a good background on that. So,
Plus, you're a scientist, right?
yes, and I've studied through the American Institute of Aromatherapy and Swiss from the Switzerland Switzerland and Swiss Aromatics. So I have a pretty good background in it. It's fun to actually start to resurrect that because I've been away from it for way too long. But I did have a practice for a while.
That's amazing. It's really exciting.
So I'm feeling that I may be incorporating these into a lot more than the energy. I might actually start to do products and lotions and shampoos and things like that have these in there. So
When you get a address and everything, you'll have to put it out there so people can pre-order and things like that.
right after being probably after March 2022, I'll be ready because I want to make sure that everything is wholesome. You know, that each ingredient that's in the lotion is body loving and nature loving.
Yeah.
All of that. It's a step up from kitchen cosmetics and a step back from the mass market that you find from these mass market stores.
Yeah, that will be high vibrations.
That's what I want. That's my intention is to bring the vibration of every product that's available for people to put on their bodies. the of the higher vibration to support the body as we bring in these higher vibrations that are coming in, whether we like it or not. It's coming in. In fact, it is here, and each day it comes in waves, I think, and it's like we get this one wave, and then we go, what's that about? And then the next day we get another one. So it's just we just have to kind of ride the waves, really.
Surf.
Yeah, get your surfboard out. And then
JB says that's awesome. She will buy some products.
okay, well, March of 2022 is where I'm getting is the launch date for some of these products. And I won't be able, I got my lab half set up, and the manufacturer, I'm talking about 3 or 4 people, very, very integrous, wholesome, awesome people who I'm talking to here in the Atlanta area. So we're gonna get something going. I'm excited.
You're just going to have to make sure you can ship internationally, eh?
Probably to Canada won't be a problem. I don't know about Europe because they have these funny regulations about sending over products. They're getting very different, and they're saying, okay, the product has to be made in Europe.
Okay, so
product
it might be a little well.
Yeah. So at least that's what one lady told me. So that may be her experience, but I don't know. I know that
I actually have a client over in Romania, and she's been saying much the same thing, because she can't bring over, she sells on Amazon, and she can't bring her product over to Romania to sell because they won't accept it.
yeah, it has to do with politics and economy and things like that. It has nothing to do with the efficacy of the product. Whereas I can get these, lavender. Peppermint you can grow in America, but a lot of lavender is grown in France. And so this particular lavender that I have now, I'm pretty sure was grown in France, because each landscape, when they're growing these botanicals, has a different set of, I would say, nutrients that produce a certain amount of the varying aroma-based metabolites that produce this fragrance, this oil. And so it's different if you grow this or rosemary or anything else in the high altitudes in France to Italy to I would say Mexico. They smell different. They really do, and it's still all called lavender.
But that's like cinnamon, right? If you get the Ceylon cinnamon, it's a better quality than anywhere else.
Right, and yes, exactly. So they're crops, really, and so I want to make sure that one thing I do like about doTERRA is they're very concerned about the environment and how they're grown and where they're grown and everything else. So that's one reason why I went with them, because of their high integrity. And a lot of these other people, whatever they can get, the cheapest they can get, or that's great, So yeah, you have to be very careful about where you're getting it from and how the people are treated, how the earth is treated. All of it matters.
It really does, yeah.
So I think we're getting into that new place where that not just that it's a bunch of tree huggers saying that. It is more like the consciousness of us is getting to the point where we realize that the earth gives us 30% of our nutrients in our bodies. If we mistreat her, it's possible she's going to withdraw it. So
weren't you saying too that we need the earth to be on the earth to survive?
Yes.
And repeat that again.
Okay, the Earth has different frequencies,
Mhm.
uh, electromagnetic frequencies. And I can't remember the exact names because they're about the hertz. You know, we talk about when we look at the sulfurigo resonance and all these other things, the Earth has her own, and every planet has their own. Okay. And this one on the Earth, from what I understand, and I only got this from this physicist, and he studied with people in excellent scientists in Russia. They knew that the Earth frequencies varied from 1 to 7, just like our chakras, 1 to 7. And those frequencies, the one is actually attaching us to the Earth. And I don't know whether it's 1,000 megahertz or 1,000,000 megahertz, or I think it's one. I don't know, but it suffice it to say, there are other people who had tuned into it that weren't scientists. They called it the 7 rays.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay. So the Earth's basic thing for supporting all life is 1. Then comes 2. That means other. 1 means self. 2 means other. 3 means place. 4 means something between place and change. 4, 5. I forgot what 5 is. And 6 and 7. I think it's 5. No, 4 is patterns. 5 is that they got to make a difference. And then 6 is going towards spiritual, and 7 is spiritual. And most people have 2, 6, and 7 that are light workers. That we have a high sense of other, and that we have that spiritual connection. Tibetan monks before 2000 would meditate at 10, which is the next into spiritual energies that go on for infinity. So they're up there, and it's been a while since I studied those. When Jesus walked the earth, the highest frequency that could be attained at that time was 33.
That's a master number too, right?
Right. And 34, all the plants on this planet were radiating at 34.
That's exciting, actually.
Yeah. So now it's going way up the scale. I don't even know where it is right now. It's
Probably fluctuates daily too.
way. It's over 100 for people. And I imagine plants are over 100 as well. So
The rose was 800. That was before the fluctuations. So
yeah. So everything's higher. I have no information from the scientists as to what we're vibrating at now. So that's why I felt really important to bring in essential oils for their healing properties and for the original. Now, when Mary, I don't know if it's Magdalene or another Mary, but I think it was Magdalene, washed the feet of Jesus with spikenard. Okay. Spikenard is considered very special, very expensive oil at the time. And it is also called the rose of the sea, I believe. And it meant a lot to those for Mary and for Jesus to have that in there. And the disciples were very upset about it because they said, look, she's using this very expensive oil, and don't you can't allow that, or whatever. He said, oh, it's okay. So I have a special love for spikenard. What you see in this selection?
Oh, it's just Doreen 888 says about body cleaners. I've just discovered neem oil. It's the bomb. So good for the skin. Seems better than anything I've ever used. Extra virgin smells though, but I learned to love it because it heals very much.
Neem oil is very much an essential oil, but it really does have a nice odor. it's pretty chemically smelling, but it's a great antiseptic. So that's for sure. It also repels bugs. So
I have to remember that in the spring.
yeah, a lot of people use it on their plants, you know, to get the
Okay,
bugs off.
I've heard of neem oil.
Yeah. That is, see, these are the one I'm working with right now are not actually things like the what we call botanicals or oils, those kinds of oils. These are plant um, they're secondary metabolites, but what they're doing is they have aroma types and chemotypes, whereas the botanicals have just chemotypes, and they have very few aromatic parts to their essential parts, but all oils, including olive oil, sunflower oil, sesame seed oil, castor oil, all of those have amazing healing properties, all of them, but they don't necessarily smell good. You know?
Yeah, I use castor oil and on my arms, and my skin had been getting papery, and it's thickening up with the castor oil.
Yeah, castor oil is very good for tummy aches and
Yeah.
things like that as well.
Um,
And when I was taking one of these classes with Swiss aromatics, they took, let's see, it starts with M. It's monk, maybe it's monk oil or something like that. I can't remember the exact name of it, but they said to put it on the tip of our tongue to see, because a lot of times we had doubts that these essential oils really did have any healing properties or any physical issues, I mean, or responses from the physical body. So I put a tip, a little tiny, like a tenth of a drop on my tongue, and my tongue went numb.
oh,
And I felt
Oh my gosh.
real lifted up, like I was high. It's like, oh God, you know. So just, and that we're saying that it's very difficult to get it across to people that these are very powerful, and you have to be very educated in the proper use and dosage of these,
yeah, I would think so.
right?
Yeah. That's pretty exciting, actually. Well, before modern medicine came in, we used a lot of these things, right?
Right. Well, actually, during the Black Plague in Europe, a lot of people that were familiar with essential oils were using them to prevent themselves from getting sick,
Okay.
and they did. They didn't get sick.
So that's where the witches came in and got burned at the stake, right?
I don't know. There's a lot of mythology around all of that, and also,
There's a lot, and a lot of it was caused because of jealousy, like I want that land that she's on, or something like he's
well,
on.
that was the major thing. Yeah, that was the major thing.
So
So that's another thing about prosperity. One of the things that I'm working on right now is my own prosperity, and if I get it, I'm going to share with everybody how I got it. This is frankincense, and this to me is about prosperity, because it allows you to come to the present moment, in the present moment, through breath, and this actually opens the lungs. So I'm using the on myself every day is frankincense.
okay, that makes sense, that with your lungs are open, then you allow prosperity in. So people with asthma would be have fear
Life,
of abundance, in a sense.
a fear of being alive, fear of being not, is it that everything is overwhelming and they feel down and they feel
So a lot of light workers probably have that problem because they're such strong empaths.
right. Well, the deal on that is to protect yourself,
Yeah.
please. So light workers, and that by the way, that's what I want to talk about on Monday. is what is a light worker. And
Oh, that sounds good. I
yes,
have had so many people comment on that. They're saying, please make sure you keep doing that.
okay, sure.
Which reminds me, we're going to be an hour early on Monday
Yes.
because of me. I double booked.
Yeah. In your world, Lasha, you're so tuned out of the out of time thing
Oh, I am so bad.
because it's hard for you to come back to this linear time. And I understand that. So definitely.
Well, yeah, Wednesday I was really bad.
Well, it's not your, okay, you just call it that, but you're not bad. It's just everybody that has ever had a near-death experience or been to spirit world, they say there is no time. And when you're in the present moment, there is no time.
Yeah, and
So,
like yesterday to me, it's years ago. I'm terrible. It makes it a little difficult occasionally. I'm sorry. I should let you go. You're doing such an awesome job.
oh, thank you. So I'm going to take these oils and I'm going to redo them. So here's the frankincense. It's for everyone's prosperity, for myself and for others. It's on my third eye, so it can really go through
I felt that.
everyone. Okay, the third eye is it's not just right behind the forehead. It's actually quite in the back. It's way towards the back of the brain.
Yeah, it's sort of like that.
And then here's the deep blue, and this is for soothing and relaxation. And I'm putting that on my foot. And the reason for that is this: it helps to ground, and that it's important to realize how important our bodies are. And it's to heal and soothe our bodies, to have our spirit just come in, and then as the spirit comes in, it's not going to vibrate at a point where it's uncomfortable. So this is about soothing the body to allow the spirits, the spiritual healing to take place in your body.
I could say something, but I keep my mouth shut.
Right?
I was just teasing Spirit because she needs to be grounded a little more sometimes.
Yeah, because like the biofield energy has already started for me, so I'm floating.
So yeah. So now peppermint's really good for teas and also for sleepy time, but it's a stimulating and cooling, and it's also kind of healing too. It's a balancing thing. Somehow I don't know exactly why it works the way it does, but it's also exhilarating. So it kind of allows you to breathe in a little deeper and helps you digest things, so that it's not just your physical body, but your spiritual body is coming in to your physical body. So you're having to digest and assimilate these new energies. That will help with that. And then this is lemon. This is pure lemon, and it has so many healing properties, but I would say mostly detoxic. Our food intake, the air we breathe, the water we drink, all of that may contain things, or I would say more or less that, or your thoughts towards it, or other people's thoughts. This actually helps to detox everything, energetically and physically, both. And I'm going to put this on my throat. That's nice. It's a nice passageway. It comes to the digestive system, and boy, does it smell great! So I love it. And then lavender. This is where I'm going to put on my hands again. I think lavender is what it does is it brings everything together. It's good balancing, and it accentuates all the healing properties of all the other oils.
Okay, so it's a little bit like a clear crystal.
Yeah, I got clear crystals all over the place. In fact, I got some from Arkansas, which is lot of Atlantean crystals there.
Yeah. I've seen pictures of some of them down in the ground. They're massive, like 3 tons and things like that.
Well, when I was in Arizona, just walking around there, not Arizona, Arkansas, as I was walking through the areas where these crystals are finding, they would come up to the surface. You know, a lot of little tiny ones, about this big, but just be on the surface, just pick them up. Wow, you know, they're amazing. They're everywhere. And then when I went into meditation, all I saw was crystals just all around me, like they were welcoming me. That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the major areas, Atlantean areas. I do believe there's one place where if you go to the top of a mountain, they have the Temple of the Sun and Temple of the Moon. Relics, or not relics, but from way back in Atlantean time.
You know
But
what that is?
I listened to the article about 10 years ago, so no. But what she did say was you can't reach it. That's why it's still intact. Basically, the only way you can reach it is through a helicopter.
Cool.
I thought it was pretty interesting. That's why I kind of remembered it. Anyhow, I'm going to let you go because I know you're just about ready, and I keep
Yeah, my things are going.
Take care. Have fun. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. So before I get started, Spirit Feather, do you want to share how it's been for you for the last 2 weeks?
Yes, and just so you know, I can smell the essential oils on you right now, especially
Wow.
the lemon. It's such a strong but beautiful scent. So the last little while, you're talking about new energy, right? That is exactly what has been going on with me. I have let go of that old energy that I was kind of circling, so I was kind of stuck, right? So I found my voice, everything that I wanted in this new energy. And last night, and I actually had it connected with someone else in Wisdom Seekers, where I had this new energy come in, and it is hard to articulate fully what this new energy is because it is so new. And I've like returned to myself, my own truth. It's like I don't feel like myself, but in a really good way. Like like I said, it's hard to articulate, but it's been like a cracking open for me and a healing, and because I cried last time and purged all this stuff. So I am exactly where I want to be.
We
It's
are
really
going
wonderful.
into the newest version of ourselves right now. And sometimes in that process, it can feel very uncomfortable. You know, like, oh, geez, what's going on here? And I feel weird. And then
It's foreign. It is foreign, but it's so joyous. Like
yeah,
I've been so happy, and like it's just like this congratulatory energy, and I think that's coming in for a lot of people, not just me. It's
yeah,
really beautiful.
yeah, it's just, oh, wow. And so uh, there's like 2 things coming to me about to say is we're coming into our authentic selves. And as we realize that, we need to know, not to know, but to experience our creative powers, our creative abilities, and to just be curious. I mean, that's who we really are. We're curious. That's why we incorporated it. Gee, I want to go back and see what I can find out. They're curious. We
It's
are
funny you
curious
mentioned
people.
creation, because that is exactly what I've been doing. Since the last time we talked, is creating and birthing this new energy. Like I'm doing more videos. I've been doing auto writes. The readings I've been getting, it's just there's like a purity to it that I didn't allow before that is here. It's
So
so
you had to
beautiful.
let go of your old self. You had to, and then also probably some old relationships as well, correct?
Mhm.
So it's not that the people you're letting go of are the people that are not as close to you right now. it's not about love. It actually is about love. You're loving them more, and they're on their paths, but they're going a different direction. But you can still love them and still honor them in their divine selves and their divine paths, and that goes also for everybody on this planet. To let go of judgment and to realize that they're on their paths and that the light that we're talking about, the light that we're bringing in is love. We have to shine our light. We cannot keep it to ourselves.
Yes.
If we try to keep it to ourselves, then our soul kind of steps back and you feel this depression, heaviness. So feel
That's
the light,
exactly true.
feel the light, and to let the light come in. And I don't know. I know you're smelling the lavender. I mean the lemon, but boy, the lavender is coming in real strong, and everything's coming in real strong. So it feels like they want to get out. So plants have consciousness. They do, and
Very much so.
they're connected, and they talk to each other. And the forests in Brazil talk to the tundra in Russia. They talk to them. They communicate.
Through the root system, right? Because it's all energy and connected to the earth.
It's the root. It's also the mycelia of the mushrooms that grow through all soil. And I don't know exactly how they transmit it from Russia to South America, but somehow they do. And there's no, from my understanding, no physical connection. So there's
Well, I
gonna
guess it ties in with that whole time doesn't exist, so it's like energy can just be there, right?
well, there's cycles, but there isn't one raindrop or one bit of water that's not been there since the beginning. Since the beginning, it's all going through our bodies, through the atmosphere, through the plants, the animals, the atmosphere. It's all connected. And now it's in my truth. I'm so excited.
It's so wonderful.
Okay. Yeah. And to give me permission to be myself on this is absolutely stunningly awesome to my soul. So let's get started if you're ready.
Sounds good. I'm ready. I'm excited. And I think it's so neat that I could smell those oils still. That's still blowing my mind.
That's wonderful. You are connected. You and I are very connected, but
Mhm.
I would love for us all to be as connected that we see each other's heart and soul and mind, and we want the best for each other, and we're kind and sweet and honoring of each other. That's my prayer. Okay. Now I invite you to get as comfortable as you can be, want to be, and just take some deep breaths in and come centered and come to this now moment. Let go of the day and all the intellectual stuff. Let it go. I'm grounded and centered. Allow your energy to flow into Mother Earth, into her heart chakra, feeling connected with Mother Earth. And also allowing your heart to open and connect with Source of all there is. And just come into a state of receptivity. And if your body wants to move, let it move. You do not have to be in a meditative state for this work to be successful. And just notice what you notice. And be allowing of anything that goes on, whether it's thoughts, feelings, sensations, and sounds and smells. Just notice what you notice. Just allow them. Don't judge them. Don't make them go away. Don't make them stay. Just be in a liquid state. Now I'm going to go into the silence. And in the silence, as I send this Biofield healing energy immersion, I'll be going quiet. You don't have to help. And after I do, in the Biofield immersion, I will bring you back by telling you so. Now enjoy. Let me do all the work. And now the Biofield energy healing immersion is now complete. And when you're ready, just open your eyes and back to this now moment.
Wow. Wow. That was message after message after message after message, but so I'll try to remember them all. Going into it when I closed my eyes, it felt like people were touching different parts of my body, my head, and there was something going on with my throat. So that explains why I was smelling the lemon you put on your throat, is because there was some healing that took place here and articulating energy better. But the people that surrounded me, and it was almost like everybody, like White Buffalo Woman, Isis, Hathor, and then I heard Red Tara. I don't know if I've heard you say
Red
Green
Tara.
Tara,
There is a
but
red Tara.
I heard Red Tara, and I was like, is that actually a person, or am I mixing it up? But and then Green Tara was there, but off in the distance, and then I felt more of my divine feminine power coming in and settling, and then I saw like a white feather with pink behind it, and like my throat, and then I started to get a little uncomfortable, like I had to move around and my chest was starting to hurt, but that's because there was something healing there too. And I just kept getting, oh, that's another thing I saw. I saw the womb, feminine energy and creation. Um, but it was so much, and everybody was just, it felt like everybody came to the party. It was
Yeah. Yeah,
amazing.
one thing you didn't mention, but I did see White Buffalo Woman. She was standing on your left side and up, and I did see Green Tara. I didn't see Red Tara, but Red Tara is an emanation of her,
Okay.
just slightly different, but it is her.
Because it was like Red Tara was here, and then Green Tara was like so connected. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Makes
don't
sense.
remember what the healing power is of Red Tara, but it is one of her emanations.
Okay.
And what else did I see? I knew Hawthorne was there, but I was in the back of me. But what was circulating was a dragon.
That's probably Elcor. He's always around. Very protective.
He was circulating, going around in circles. I thought, okay. um, there was a lot more, and wow, it was amazing. Yeah, oh wow, I can't even put into words. But yeah, those entities were there, but also a lot of other non-distinct energies I could see, like lights and things like that. So I think,
Actually, that ties in with the new energy. Given the last biofield you gave me, there was a new light being that came in last night. Someone in Wisdom Seekers had the same dream about it. So that's that new, the womb, the creation new, right?
yeah. So
Okay.
we're well on our way. There's no end to the possibilities that we have as we are allowing these energies to be embodied in us. And body sensations, just ask your body what it needs, and then ask spirit to be a little more gentle with you. And I think that the heaviness will go away. Now, what I'd like to do for your son is to give him a Biofield beyond today.
That would
Okay.
be so wonderful. I would appreciate that so much, and so would he. He's having a bit of a rough time. So
Yeah. So I will
thank you.
meditate on it and see what the timing is and let you know.
Okay. Thank you.
Wow,
Gosh.
this is amazing.
I know. I don't think I've had that many light beings surrounded all of us. Like it was like I started getting like I had to move because the energy was so strong.
Yes, that's one reason why they taught that you're not supposed to be still with this, because our body needs to move, and
Yes.
movement's very important for us right now. And we can't just sit around. We have to move. So yeah.
I got that in my auto write. One of the things they said it was time to move. Move. Big letters.
I get it too. I got my jumper out today and started doing my jumper. So if I don't want to go out when it's cold and I don't want to go to the gym, I got to do it here in the house. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because that's just gets the energy flowing too, right?
yeah, and I did go to the river yesterday. So be in nature a lot more. Okay.
Yes. Sounds good.
That's it will honor you and it'll take a
Definitely.
lot of heaviness out. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I'll let you know when.
Thank you.
Your son's name again is
Xavier.
Xavier. Let you know.